What if I tell you cats don't fly? What if I tell you cats don't fly? And what if I tell you cats can't fly? Which is the greater truth? Okay, there are two types of truths. First is a truth, and the second is a greater truth. The first thing, what if I tell you cats don't fly? And what if I tell you cats can't fly? Which one is the greater truth? Yes, obviously cats can't fly, even though cats wanna fly. Usually cats don't fly, but would they be able to fly? Probably no. Why? They don't have wings. So your answer should be cats can't fly, which is the greater truth. That's what you got to do when it comes to MCQs, right? You got to go for the most appropriate answer. Couple of answers. If it's an MCQ, you got to go for the most appropriate. Sometimes you might feel like, okay, both have answered the fourth and the fifth, both are, you might feel like it's right. Okay, let's imagine this. You, for the first, like, you got the paper, the MCQ paper, and you read the first question, and once you read it, no sooner you read it, you feel like, okay, the third one is the answer, right? And then you are almost about to underline the third one, and then you maybe turn your head around a bit, and then you check what others doing, and again you'll again look at your paper and read the first question again, and now you feel like, okay, hold up, third one might not be the answer. You now feel like the fourth one is the answer, right? That happens a lot when it comes to science. You could relate, yes? Yeah, you feel like the fourth is the answer. So like you were about to underline the third, now you might like erase the small line you drew, and then again you will underline the fourth. Now again you wanna check what others doing, and again read the question, and now, goodness, you don't feel like the fourth one is the answer anymore. You feel like it's actually the fifth. What happened there? What did happen? How would you figure the most appropriate answer out? It's actually because of your critical thinking levels. For you to excel in science, your critical thinking levels have to develop. Okay, the levels have to be advanced. All right, to learn science, to maybe to become an engineer, maybe to become a doctor, maybe to become a rocket scientist, right? Like, every place precision, okay, accuracy and precision is very important. It's very important. Imagine you are now about to send a rocket to the moon. Okay, even if your calculations mess up, even in the slightest error might make a huge impact. You are actually looking at the moon and you want to send the rocket to the moon, but then because of your calculations you can see your rocket going past in the moon and actually landing on Mars. Was that what you were trying to do? No, but that will happen because it is very serious when this all science stuff like requires a lot of accuracy. All right, even the slightest error might do a huge impact. Imagine you become a doctor and now you're about to do a surgery. During the surgery you cut the wrong valve. Can you be like, oops, and okay, let me fix it, let me stitch it back? No, you can't do it, right? It requires a lot of accuracy. All right, in the same way, that's what you got to apply. Like, also another scenario, when a doctor diagnoses a patient, all right, when a doctor diagnoses a patient, they usually do something called a differential diagnosis. What they do is, only role is not to say, okay, you got this disease, patient A, come, you got the disease A. No. You got to also, as a doctor, you got to say, all right, like, these diseases are not your case. These diseases, you don't have them. You got disease A, but all the rest of the diseases you don't have. You're clean. of those diseases. You only have disease. Why? Like a doctor says, okay, you got this disease. What if there are two diseases? What if there's disease A and disease B, and the doctor cannot find disease B and wouldn't diagnose the patient with disease B, and then only diagnoses the disease A and then treats disease A? And what will the patient die of? Disease B. Like, you got to properly diagnose the patient, and that's why they do something called a differential diagnosis. When it comes to differential diagnosis, they properly go through every disease, okay, maybe the common diseases, and say, okay, you don't have disease A, you don't have disease B, you don't have disease D, you don't have disease E. What you got is disease C. Why is it important? What if the patient has disease B, C and D also, all together? Imagine two diseases at once, and one disease is now masking the symptoms of the other. The doctor has to recognize it. If not, the patient's gonna be in trouble, and even the doctor will be in trouble. Okay, so that's why science, when it comes to science, precision and accuracy is really important. Okay, science is a systematic process, a structured process where you start with an observation. You see something out of the ordinary, and then like that is your observation, and you identify your problem. And you come up with various hypotheses. Like, you come up with a hypothesis, you build your own hypothesis, and you test it out. Okay, you are saying, okay, this happened because of that, the reason for this to happen is actually that. So you come up with your own hypothesis and you experiment it. Okay, you experiment your hypothesis and you really see whether it's okay, whether that is the reason, and then you come to your conclusion. That is what science is about. When you are answering a science question, what really matters is not the answer. Be the answer yes, be the answer no. What really matters is how you justify what you get, how you justify your answer, why you say what you say. Okay, why would you say yes, why would you say no? What matters is your justification, why you say the answer is yes. Always focus on why something happens, why does it happen. When you are given a science question, don't just write yes, don't just write no. Rather, justify what you write. Even the answer is yes, write, justify it in a proper way. If you write a solid justification, that way you'll ace your science paper.